Okay, so last two classes we have studied about your electromagnetic waves. Okay, what are electromagnetic waves and various problems related to those. Okay, various expressions, equations related to electromagnetic waves. Today in this class we have electromagnetic spectrum. Okay, electromagnetic waves, it is not specific to certain kind of wave, rather it is a spectrum. Okay, so that all those things we are going to study about now. Okay. So, electromagnetic spectrum is nothing but you can say a classification of electromagnetic waves according to its their frequency. Okay. Electromagnetic spectrum. So, it is basically classification of electromagnetic waves, EM waves, according to their frequencies. Okay. According to their frequencies. Okay. So, different electromagnetic waves at different frequencies, we have classified them as different categories, different names are given. Okay. So, that is what is your electromagnetic spectrum. So, why the name spectrum first here? Spectrum name क्यों दिया गया? Because spectrum means generally it is, you maybe know the literal meaning of the word. It is not a discrete type of things, rather it is continuous. The spectrum means continuous. Okay, there is no boundary between one category to other. For example, radio waves and microwaves, similarly infrared and visible light, there is no boundary, no particular boundary. Okay. So, it is a spectrum continuous only, infrared say, visible light, then ultraviolet rays, continuous. Okay. There is no boundary that you can distinguish, yes, this is the end of your visible light and this is the starting of your infrared. No. Okay. It is continuous only. So, it is very hard to find boundary, there is no such boundary, that is why the name spectrum. Spectrum means it is spread over a frequency, okay, range of frequency from this to this. Okay, there is no boundary, it is spread over the whole frequency, there is no boundary, that is why the name spectrum. Okay. And the classification of those EM waves according to the frequencies, but there is no boundaries. Okay, it is what is called as your electromagnetic spectrum. Okay. So, there is no sharp division between one kind of wave and other, there is no sharp division between one kind of wave and other. Okay. So, let us say infrared waves and visible light. So, there is no sharp boundary, that is what the meaning of this statement. Okay. So, how this classification is done? This classification is done based on how the waves are produced, okay, or how we detect the waves. Okay. For example, light waves, visible range. Why we call them visible range? Because that range human eye can detect, simple. So, how we detect or how the wave, for example microwave, okay, वो किस तरह से प्रोड्यूस होता है, कहाँ से प्रोड्यूस होता है, व्हाट इज द सोर्स, तो उसके हिसाब से माइक्रोवेव नेम दिया गया. विजिबल रीजन वाई? बिकॉज द रीजन विच वी डिटेक्ट, ह्यूमन बीइंग, आवर आइज कैन डिटेक्ट, दैट इज व्हाट इज योर visible region. Very simple. Okay. So, this classification is based on how the wave is produced or detected. The wave is produced or detected and detected, both and or detected. Okay. So, दोनों का combination भी हो सकता है. How this wave is produced or how this wave is detected or both. Okay. So, it is based on both of these. Clear? So, this is how the classification is done. Okay. And one important thing is there is no sharp boundary. There is no sharp boundary or no sharp division between one kind of waves to another kind. There is no sharp boundary. Okay. It is a continuous, that is why the name spectrum. Okay. इसलिए spectrum name दिया गया है. Okay. So, you can see your textbook, the spectrum is given in page number 280. Okay. Very long spectrum is given and the visible region is very small, you can see. Okay. उतना बड़ा स्पेक्ट्रम में the portion which we detect is relatively very small. Okay. You can see the visible area and the whole spectrum starting from your long radio waves to up to gamma rays. You can see it is very long, the frequency range is very long. Okay. But the portion which we detect, our eyes can detect, is very small. Okay. That is from 400 nanometer to 700 nanometer, that much only. Okay. But the spectrum is very long, you can see. So, let us see one by one what are those waves and what are their importance, what are their uses, how they are produced. Okay. So, one by one we are going to see them. So, first one is your radio waves. Radio waves. So, the name radio implies that it may be used in radio signals, okay, and that is correct only, it is used in radio signal. How these waves are produced? These waves are produced by accelerated motion of charges in wire. Okay. Produced by accelerated motion of charges in wire. Okay. So, these waves are produced by accelerated motion of charges in wire. So, in previous chapter only we discussed about LC oscillation, okay, where the charge stored in capacitor gets discharged, again charged. So, basically charge is accelerating in the circuit, whole circuit. So, in such case waves are produced, okay, radio waves are produced. Clear? If the frequency matches, then in such case radio waves are produced. So, basically radio waves are produced by accelerated motion of charges in wire. Okay. So, sufficient amount of energy is there and those wires can produce your radio waves. Okay. That is one of the source. And what are the use, what is the range? First we will see. So, the range starts from 500 kilohertz to 1000 million hertz, megahertz I can say. Okay. So, this is the range of frequency that you can roughly say is belongs to your radio waves. Okay. So, this range, that is from 500 kilohertz frequency up to 1000 million hertz or 1000 megahertz, that much is the range of your radio waves. Okay. इसके बाद दूसरा waves, but there is no such boundary. Okay. Approximate rough, what you can say, rough boundary you can say, that much, this is the range of your approximate range of your radio waves. Okay. And what are the uses? All of you know already. Used in radio and TV communication system, used in radio and TV communication system. Also it is used in cellular phones, okay, used related to cellular phones, use this radio waves of ultra high frequency, this range, around this range, okay, ultra high frequency range. Okay. So, radio both AM, FM both are there. AM में generally even lower wavelength, FM में थोड़ा सा higher. Okay. TV केस में वैसे ही रहता है. Okay, certain frequency they are using. Similarly, in cellular phones, whatever we are talking, mobile phones, how this signal is going, that is all because of this radio waves. Okay, radio waves का use करके हम signal को mobile phone से tower तक and further we are sending. Okay. So, in all these communication system we are basically using radio waves, and in case of your cellular phones higher range में use होता है. For example, your 2G, 3G, 4G सब सुना है ना, अभी 5G आने वाला है. So, जितना कम G है, for example 2G, little bit lower range में operate करता है, उससे higher range 3G, so that the speed becomes more. Why speed becomes more? Because frequency is more. Frequency more means more data can transmit. अंडरस्टूड नो. इवन 4G में उसका रेंज और हाई हो जाता है. 5G विच इज़ येट टू कम, उसमें रेंज और भी ज़्यादा होता है. ओके, जिस रेंज में पहुंच जाता है अप्रोक्सीमेटली. ओके, so this is how this cellular phones the signal works by using your radio waves. How this transmission is done, all those things are there in one of the chapter in your textbook only, last chapter. उसके बारे में लास्ट में पढ़ेंगे. ओके, so this is basically radio waves. Okay, range and how, where these are used, all about your radio waves. Okay, next kind of waves is your microwaves. माइक्रोवेव्स ऑलरेडी ऑल ऑफ यू नो. घर में माइक्रोवेव ओवन है ना, ओवन इज देयर, दैट इज योर ऑपरेटेड विथ योर माइक्रोवेव्स. माइक्रोवेव्स. ओके, या व्हाई द नेम माइक्रोवेव्स, बिकॉज इसका जो फ्रीक्वेंसी रेंज रहता है माइक्रो में आता है. ओके, that's why. Okay, no problem, उसका इम्पोर्टेंस नहीं है. So the frequency range is around from 1 gigahertz up to around 1000 gigahertz. Okay, 1 gigahertz to 1000 gigahertz तक का रेंज रहता है इसमें अप्रोक्सीमेटली. ओके, so this range of frequency, electromagnetic waves of this range is what is generally called as microwaves. Okay, इस रेंज के अंदर हम लोग माइक्रोवेव्स कह सकते हैं. एंड दे आर प्रोड्यूस्ड बाय सर्टेन काइंड्स ऑफ योर ट्यूब्स, वैक्यूम ट्यूब्स, प्रोड्यूस्ड बाय स्पेशल वैक्यूम ट्यूब्स, प्रोड्यूस्ड बाय स्पेशल वैक्यूम ट्यूब्स such as your क्लाइस्ट्रॉन्स. ये नेम है, इसके बारे में डिटेल्स में कुछ दिया नहीं है टेक्स्ट बुक में. यू कैन सर्च इन द इंटरनेट इफ यू वांट. ओके, जस्ट नेम्स आर गिवन. मैग्नेट्रॉन्स एंड गन डायोड, GUNN diodes. Okay, so these are certain devices by which microwaves are produced. Okay, you can find about details of these devices in internet itself. Okay, nothing is given in textbook. And one of the use of your microwaves is to it is used in radar system in aircraft navigation. Okay, used in radar system in aircraft navigation. Okay, जो radar system रहता है aircraft में. Okay, we can find out how much height we are from the what you can say surface of the earth, or at what distance maybe some mountain is there, something like that. Okay, that all system works by using microwaves only. Okay, these are little bit more higher frequency, means higher energy compared to your radio waves, and they are preferably used. Okay, and one of the very common use that all of you know, that is your microwave oven. इसमें यूज होता है. ओके, सो बेसिकली व्हाट हैपेंस इन दिस केस, नो, आई विल टेल नथिंग मच इज देयर, लिटिल बिट आई विल टेल. सो सर्टेन फ्रीक्वेंसी they are choosing, and that frequency matches the frequency of your water molecules. Okay, जो water molecules रहता है, for example if I take some substance which has water. Okay, basically it can heat, microwave, this system can heat substances which have water content. Okay, so क्या करता है, जो water molecules का जो frequency है, this frequency, if it matches that frequency, natural frequency, resonant frequency, then the molecules vibrate more. Okay, so kinetic energy is given to the molecules from this microwaves. So when kinetic energy increase, that means temperature increase. Temperature का मतलब क्या है? It is the average kinetic energy in the substance. Okay, molecules, not substance, molecules. So if the average kinetic energy of the molecules of that object, body or substance increases, that means obviously the temperature increases. Temperature is nothing but the average kinetic energy. Okay, so when the microwave of certain frequency which matches the resonant frequency of the water molecules, then the water molecule starts to vibrate with the maximum amplitude, and that means maximum kinetic energy, and that kinetic energy is nothing but that average kinetic energy, we can say it as temperature. So water का जैसे ही temperature बढ़ता है, it gives the same temperature to surrounding objects, surrounding molecules, food particles में जो molecules रहता है उसको भी transmit करता है. So this is the process. Okay, this is the process of your heating substances, objects inside of your microwave oven. Clear? So this is how microwaves are useful, the range, and these are the places where we have uses for your microwaves. Next, okay, next kind of waves, we call it infrared waves. Okay, we call it infrared waves. Infrared waves. Okay, why the name infrared? Red, why the name? Because yeah, it is near to visible region only, and it is very near to the red color of that visible region. Okay, visible spectrum में red color के आसपास है, that's why infrared. Okay, so the frequency is less than red color of that of your visible range. Okay, visible range का जो red color है उससे कम का frequency है, that's why infra means less, ultra means more. Okay, so infrared, that's why the name infrared, because it is inferior or infra to your in frequency. Okay, infra to your red color, the frequency of your red color of your visible range. Okay, so it is generally produced by hot bodies, including any animals. Bodies are hot, they are not cold. Okay, 37 degrees Celsius. So this actually you must have seen in movies or anywhere else that special types of glasses are being used which detects infrared. So night time also it can be used. Night time में infrared goggles use करते हैं ना, that can see night time also if any animal is there or human being is there, anybody is moving. So that is based on this only. Okay, so infrared heat producing. So we all are producing infrared waves every time. Okay, that can be detected by those type of special glasses. Okay, this is one example. And the range is from around 300 gigahertz frequency from your 300 gigahertz to around 400 terahertz. Terahertz means how much? Terahertz means how much? 10 raised to the power. Tell me students, terahertz means how much? 10 raised to, no answer. Gigahertz means how much? 10 raised to 9. Okay, 10 raised to 9, and terahertz means 10 raised to 12. Why no simple answer you are not giving? Okay, so this is the range of frequency, that is for your infrared range, you can say from 300 gigahertz to around 400 terahertz is the range. Okay, infrared. Okay, and it is also called as heat waves. They are also called as heat waves. Why they are called heat waves? Because certain what you can say, elements in our atmosphere, for example, not elements, you can say certain substances like water molecules, okay, H2O, then carbon dioxide, then ammonia. Okay, so all these substances in atmosphere, they absorb heat through this infrared. Okay, so they can absorb this infrared range of waves. इस range का जो wave है उससे heat absorb कर लेते हैं. Okay, that's why these are called your heat waves. So generally जो global warming, what you can say, increase in temperature of the atmosphere, that is happening due to which waves? That is because of this infrared waves produced by sun. Okay, उससे जो waves आ रहा है उसको if the carbon dioxide content or ammonia content or water content in atmosphere increase, then more of these heat from this infrared they can capture, and hence जो average temperature है atmosphere का वो increase हो जाता है. Okay, that is what is your global warming happening now. Okay, so basically this infrared radiation, yeah, it is absorbed by these substances in the atmosphere. So more are these substances means more energy they will absorb and उसका temperature बढ़ जाता है. Okay, and then the average temperature of the atmosphere increases. That is how the temperature in the atmosphere is increased. Similarly, but the temperature that is around 30 degree, 20 degree is maintained by also this thing infrared only. Okay, so Earth's temperature is maintained, daytime हो night time हो maintained रहता है because of these substances, that is the atmosphere. They absorb this infrared waves and they maintain the temperature. Okay, but these elements, ये elements अगर ज़्यादा हो जाएं, that means the temperature increase will be more, and that is your global warming, what we call as. Okay, so but these are contributing to the maintenance of your temperature in the atmosphere, Earth's atmosphere. Okay, yeah, and also these are used in remote switching, used in remote controls. You must have seen remote switching of TVs, then video recorders and some other devices also. Okay, so remote control जो हम use करते हैं उसमें जो, okay, you will see one LED bulb is there in the front. Okay, so that LED bulb उसमें से कोई light नहीं निकलता है. Why? Because that is in the range of infrared. We cannot detect. उसमें light आ रहा है but we cannot detect because the range is in the infrared range. Okay, so infrared range, infrared waves are used in the remote switching, remote control में जो है उसमें use होता है to send signal or what you can say waves from the remote control to the receiver of the TV. Okay, so उसमें use होता है. So generally nowadays even mobile phones also, smartphones also, they have this infrared TV control system. Okay, उसमें एक छोटा सा bulb रहता है आगे, so that is used for your controlling your TV. Okay, so this is all about your infrared waves and the region, the range from which it ranges, that is from 300 gigahertz to up to 400 terahertz, and how this affect our atmosphere, that all we have discussed. Now come to next one, that is all of you are very familiar with, visible range. Okay, we will not discuss much about this visible range. Okay, so visible light. This is also electromagnetic waves. All of you know that the light which are coming from sun, that is 7 different colors, the range itself, whole range is electromagnetic waves. Okay, and the range is from around 4 into 10 raised to the power 14 hertz to something around 7 into 10 raised to power 14 hertz. Okay, in wavelengths if you take, it is around from 700 nanometer to 400 nanometer wavelength. Okay, so wavelength of your visible range is from 700 nanometer to 400 nanometer. This is the range, this is the frequency range, this is the wavelength. Okay, इस range में जो electromagnetic waves आता है उसको हम detect कर सकते हैं. That's why you call it as visible range. Okay, it is visible to our eyes. Clear? That's why it is called as visible range. Okay, so basically our eyes are sensitive to this range. Okay, this much only we will discuss about your visible range, visible light. Next is your UV rays, ultraviolet rays. Ultraviolet. Okay, again why the name ultraviolet? Because it is coming after the violet color विजिबल रेंज में जो वायलेट कलर का रेंज है इसके आसपास, उसके बाद आता है, उससे ज़्यादा, ओके, अल्ट्रावायलेट रेज, ओके. सो इट रेंजेस फ्रॉम फ्रीक्वेंसी अराउंड 8 into 10 raised to 14 अप टू 3 into 10 raised to 16 हर्ट्ज, इसके बीच में आता है. और इन वेवलेंथ इफ यू टेक देन इट इज अराउंड मे बी 400 नैनोमीटर टू 0.6 nanometer, okay. Wavelength decreases as the frequency increases, wavelength decreases, okay. As the frequency increases, wavelength decreases. ये increase हो रहा है, ये decrease हो रहा है ना. frequency जितना ज़्यादा होगा wavelength उतना कम होगा. clear? So this is the range which we call generally as UV rays. इस range में जो भी electromagnetic waves आता है उसको हम बोलते हैं UV rays, okay. And they are generally produced by special kind of lamps, produced by special lamps, UV lamps, okay. UV lamps करके सुना होगा. And even hot bodies also, very hot bodies also produce visible range, है ना. तो जिसका टेम्परेचर ज़्यादा होता है देखना, दैट टर्न्स आउट टू बी ब्लू कलर, वायलेट कलर लाइक दैट, ओके. उससे भी ज़्यादा टेम्परेचर अगर very hot body if it is, then it produces your UV rays, okay. Yeah, and then actually it is harmful, it is harmful to us, okay. UV rays अगर हमारे स्किन पे आता है then it even causes, sometimes causes cancer also, okay. स्किन टैनिंग करने में ये प्रॉब्लम क्रिएट करता है, it turns blackish color, okay. So it is harmful to animals, you can say. It is harmful to living bodies, okay. But this our sun produces tremendous amount of UV rays. Then how we are protected? We are protected by the ozone layer that we have. Ozone layer UV rays को अंदर आने से रोकता है, okay. That layer it prohibits this UV rays to enter inside Earth's atmosphere, okay. We have very thick layer of ozone layer, so that basically prevents this UV rays to come inside the atmosphere and create harm to the living bodies, okay. So all of you know this CFCs that are used in chlorofluorocarbons, no, that are used in refrigerators and ACs, they are responsible for your depletion of your ozone layer. All those things you know, you might have studied in chemistry already, okay. Similarly, this UV rays where else it is used, you must have seen your water purifiers. घर में जो water purifiers है उसमें एक UV filter करके होता है, okay. You go today and see there, okay. UV lamp रहता है basically उधर ना, one UV lamp is there. So it produces UV rays and that basically destroys the microorganisms that is inside the water, okay. UV, RO, such many names are there, I don't know at all, okay. Filter, okay, water का जो तुम्हारे घर में होगा उसमें लिखा होगा UV. So why the name UV is written? Because one UV lamp is there that produces UV rays and those rays can even destroy the microorganisms which are harmful to us inside the water, okay. Similarly it is also used in, yeah, जो welders जब welding करते हैं that temperature is very high and UV rays are produced, so special goggles use करते हैं. Sometimes one shield type structure is used, okay. So basically it absorbs this UV light and only visible light is coming to our eyes, so it does not create any harm to us, okay. So in these are also some of the uses of your UV rays, okay. Now come to the last one, that is your gamma rays. Oh, sorry, not last. X-rays are also there. X-rays all of you are familiar with, okay. It is used in medical purpose, used in medicine, okay. Next kind of rays are called your X-rays. So the frequency range is from around 3 into 10 raised to 16 hertz to something around maybe 3 into 10 raised to 19 hertz, ओके इस रेंज में जो फ्रीक्वेंसी में जो इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेटिक वेव्स आते हैं, वी कॉल इट roughly as this range is called as X rays, or in wavelength if you see it is around 10 nanometer to 10 raised to minus 4 nanometer. ओके इस रेंज में वेवलेंथ जो इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेटिक स्पेक्ट्रम में आता है उसको हम बोलते हैं एक्स रेज. ओके सो these are actually produced by high energy electrons when they bombard metal surface, then this is produced. Okay, when produced by bombarding high energy electrons on metal surface, on surface of metal. Okay, when high energy electrons are striking the surface of metal, then X-rays are generated. Okay, and all of you know it is used as a diagnostic tool in X-ray. कहाँ यूज होता है सबको पता है, used as diagnostic tool in medicine. Okay, and sometimes it is also used in killing the cancer cells, some form of cancers. Okay, and treatment of, not all, treatment of certain forms of cancer. So basically it kills the cancer cells, some forms, not all type of cancer. कुछ में यूज होता है जिसमें सेल्स को किल करने में काम आते हैं. सो दैट्स व्हाई इट जनरली create harm to the cells. So basically it is harmful to human body. Okay, so long time exposure करने से ह्यूमन बॉडी को प्रॉब्लम क्रिएट करता है. दैट्स वाई एक्सरेज दे आर यूज्ड. एक्सरे जो हमारा फोटोग्राफी होता है, ओके, फ्रैक्शन ऑफ सेकंड के लिए ही यूज़ किया जाता है, नॉट फॉर लॉन्ग टाइम, 1-2 मिनट के लिए यूज़ नहीं किया जाता. ओके, इट इज़ जनरली यूज्ड फॉर फ्रैक्शन ऑफ सेकंड ओनली, एंड देन द इमेज इज प्रोड्यूस्ड इन द film and it is used for your diagnostic purpose. Okay, so these are the uses of your X-rays, and the range of frequency, range of your wavelength is given here. Okay, how it is produced also we are familiar with. And the last one is now, that is what is called as gamma rays. Okay, so it is with the highest frequency, lowest wavelength. Okay, so these kind of rays are with the highest frequency, that means higher energy. इसमें इनमें जो photons रहता है, that is with maximum energy. Okay, they are called as gamma rays. So that's why इसको produce करने के लिए भी high energy device चाहिए. Okay, so it is the upper frequency range. It is coming in upper frequency range, that is greater than how much? 10 raised to 19 hertz. 10 raised to 19 hertz. Or if you see wavelength, that is less than 10 raised to minus 3 nanometer. इससे भी कम wavelength का जो है उसको हम बोलते हैं gamma rays. Okay, so इसमें ज़्यादा energy, the wave carries more energy compared to any other kind of waves. Okay, even more energy than X-rays, visible light, anything. Okay, so it is basically produced by nuclear reactions. Nuclear bomb फोड़ने से produce होता है ना gamma rays. So it is produced by nuclear reactions. Nuclear reactions में produce होता है. Okay, and even radioactive nuclei वो emit करते रहते हैं gamma rays. Okay, radioactive nuclei. Okay, so न्यूक्लियर रिएक्शंस में गामा रेज प्रोड्यूस होता है. इट इज ऑफ हाई एनर्जी वेव्स, इट इज हाई एनर्जी वेव्स, सो दैट्स व्हाई न्यूक्लियर रिएक्शंस में ये प्रोड्यूस होता है. ओके, हाई एनर्जी जहाँ पर है. एंड अगेन इट इज यूज्ड इन सम ऑफ द केसेस इन डिस्ट्रॉइंग some kind of cells like cancer cells in the body. So used in medicine to destroy used in medicine to destroy कैंसर सेल्स. ओके, सो मेडिकल पर्पस के लिए भी यूज होता है गामा रेस. ओके, सो दिस इज ऑल अबाउट योर इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेटिक वेव्स. ओके, all about your electromagnetic waves, the range, full range of waves. So basically this gamma rays and X rays, there is no such boundary between gamma rays and X ray. सर्टेन फ्रीक्वेंसी का रेंज को हम बोलते हैं एक्स रेज, हमने मान लिया है, और सर्टेन फ्रीक्वेंसी को गामा रेज, बट कोई बाउंड्री नहीं है कि ये सीक्वेंस से एग्जैक्टली 10⁻19 हुआ तो गामा रेज शुरू हो जाते हैं. नो, नो सच बाउंड्री. दैट्स वाई द नेम स्पेक्ट्रम. ओके, इट इज स्पेक्ट्रम ऑफ योर वेव्स. ओके, नो सच बाउंड्री इज देयर. So this is all about your electromagnetic waves, electromagnetic spectrum. Okay, in textbook you have page number 283 where you can see one table is given, table 8.1, different types of electromagnetic waves. Okay, so where you have all different types, names of electromagnetic waves. Okay, types of waves, then the wavelength range is given, frequency range is not given, you can find out, and how it is produced, that all thing is given, where it is produced. Radio waves are produced by rapid acceleration of your electrons. Okay, and how it is detected, again it is given here. So this table you can go through. Okay, so this is all about your electromagnetic waves. Okay, so this is the end of the chapter. If you have any doubt, you can ask me. Okay, otherwise